Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Jesse with Hunt Performance. Thanks for stopping in. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Check out the little cards up in the corner of the video if you want to see other videos. Today I'm working on some pipe fence, but first I'm walking out here. I'm digging a trench to put in a water line on at our house, a different one. Anyway, upgrading the water, and I keep having my backhoe overheat, and I don't know why. I took the two coolers and the radiator apart the other day and cleaned everything out, so it should be good. It shouldn't be overheating. So the only thing I can think of is it's low on fluid, so I'm going to check that real quick. I'm going to see what's going on. Get up here, open her up while it's still cold and not been doing stuff. As you can see, I've been tearing stuff up. Got a mess over there, but yeah, let's see what's wrong with this old girl. Well, I can't see any fluid in there. Looks a little low. So, simple as that. We will get some more fluid and fill her up on our way back from the job site. But now we are headed to the Corral fence job, which is an hour that way. Let's go. Headed to the job site now. It really stinks. It's like an hour away from the house-ish. Takes a while to get there. Gonna stop and get some food. We're a little later than we'd like to be, but today our goal is to get all of the posts cut, and we're gonna get all the posts cut to...
Turn around.
Why?
What'd you forget?
What did I forget?
What'd you forget?
I have no idea.
How are you gonna cut the post?
The welder's at Dad's house.
He's got a ladder too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you told me you were borrowing the grand post.
Well, I thought I was, but then Dad has an A-frame. I'd rather use an A-frame.
Okay.
Anyway, we are headed to the job site, minus that scare, and we are going to get all the posts cut to the right height, and then that should only take really a couple hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours, because there's only like 22 left. I did 10 the other day. And then once that's done, we will start on the top rail, probably get the three outsides of the pin top rail done, and then if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you the cutting the posts and stuff like that. I don't know if I've showed you the pin since the posts are up. I don't think I have. I'll show you, and then I'll talk about that, the three outside top rails that we're going to get done today once we get there. So we will see you guys once we get there. Here we are on site. As you see, I got an alleyway. Every tall pole's gates are at, a couple 3 10-footers, 14-footer. Then we got the outside rails, another gate in the corner, little outside rail. So I plan on doing, like, getting all the posts cut, those ones over there, and those ones right there cut. Get all the tall ones cut. I'm probably going to do, let's see, this top rail here, do this top rail over on this side, do that one there, and then I may do this, like, 30-foot section here on both sides. Since it's just going to be two rails, and I can cut them to size, and it's not going to be that bad. I may do those also, set them in place, and then come back when it's a little warmer and do the other stuff. It's still pretty cold today and windy, as you guys can hear, but I'm going to get set up here and get to coping some pipe. Very quickly, before we get to this next section, please excuse the total mess of my home. Renovation project underway. If you want to check that out, other channel, L&J Media, links in the description. I have another one that's in the description. Anyway, back to my fixing of the video that I got into today. Anyway, yeah. Hey guys, so I realized when I started to like lay out and do everything that I didn't film anything, and it was kind of cold and I just gave up on filming. But anyway, I wanted to explain how I laid out the post because I did get some footage of that. So and some tips I have for pipe fence: use a string line. Literally go to your two corners, use a string line, run the string line to the height you need, and then go along and mark all the posts. I made the mistake, and I knew better, and I still did it. I made the mistake of going to each individual post, measuring off the ground and cutting off. And there's a couple times that the posts are not the exact right height. Luckily it didn't, it's not gonna affect the end product, but it did, it's gonna cause me more work in the end. So use a string line, go to the corners. If you have to go in a dip or a curve, to follow the land, just go along, kind of tie the string down at about the right height, then just kind of make sure it looks good to your eye. Other guys, I'll put like a link in the description. He always talks about making it look good to your eye. So that's very important on this. So use a string line to do that. And then the way that I set the gates up, because the ground is pretty unlevel. And so what I did is whenever I got to a gate post, like I did the 16-foot gate first. So what I did is I crawled up to the post. I marked about the right height. I cut the cope in the pipe. And then once I cut that cope, I took a string line. I tied it at the very top of right at the cope, at the bottom of the cope. I tied a string line there, and then I ran it across the other post, and I used a level, and I found where it was level on the other post. I made a mark, and then I drew out my cope, and I cut my cope. I did the same thing when I got to a set of 4 posts, because there was 2 sets of 4 posts, because on the one end of the alleyway, there is 2 14-foot gates, and that way we can build onto it later. If you're wondering why there's a 14-foot gate there with nothing connecting, nothing, that's so we can build onto later. This is a phase 1 of a multiple phase project, but that same idea applies for multiple posts in the same area. So what I did is, you'll see in the footage, I cut the first cope, and then I crawled up in a string line, and then I went to each post of those 3, and I made it level, and I marked it, and then I marked all the copes, and then I went around and cut everything at the same time. So doing all those posts at one time and marking out more than one post and cutting more posts once is really important, because it's more efficient. You're able to get more stuff done, but you're also able to not strike your torch as much. You're able to keep your torch lit, move around and cut stuff, so you're not burning as much gas in the end also. That's really...
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, it's Jessie. Okay, I'll go learn about QuickBooks in the other room. Love you.
Excuse my wife. But anyway, like I said, it's more efficient. You're not striking your torch as much, and you're able to use less gas overall. I'm going to put... I'll talk about the tools I use. Basically, the only thing I had is I had a cope guide that I kind of go off of. I never cut the cope to the guide because I found that it didn't work the best, so I just kind of modified that as I was going along. I cope guide, a silver streak marker, or metal marking pin, or whatever you want to call it. They're awesome. Just get one and use it. And then a string line and a level. That's kind of what I use to set it up. And obviously a tape measure. What would have made this better? So one thing, like I said, also using the string line for every post, because I know there's one post for sure in my mind I got to go back and cut a little more off of, because it's just not going to work the way it needs to work. But remembering your dimensions, like I'm building 6-foot fence, but my pipe is 2 7/8 inches diameter. So I have about 3 inches there at place. So really, in the end, bottom of my cope needs to be at about 5'9" to make it the right dimensions to work for that. So I've got that in the back of my mind. And then I've got my gates. Gates are meant to hang in like a 14-foot gap or a 10-foot gap. And I have that in the back of my mind as I was setting posts. And then like today with the string line, just making sure, oh, hey, I'll cut this. I picked kind of the post that I thought was going to be the shortest out of every one of them based on the lay of the land. I went to that one and I cut it. And then I went and I put the string on that one and made it level to the rest of them, because level is going to look good to your eye in the end. It's going to be up high, so it's not going to be that big of a deal, but I want to make it look good. Obviously, I want to make it look good and professional. I want things to be even. When you see those 2 gates, those 2 14-foot gates, and you're looking down it like this, and you see one's got, they're coming at you like this on the top rails, and you got one kicked up a little bit, it's really going to bother you, and it's not going to look good. So I really want to make it look good and try to make everything even and nice as I possibly can. So they make this little string level. That would have been nice to have on the string today as I was marking those out. Really, I'll put that links to all those stuff I used. I'll put in the description. You guys should check them out. It supports the channel to use those tools. But other than that, let's kick you back to the project real quick, and I'll show you the closing, and then we can come back real quick. Well, we are ready for some top rail. All I'm gonna get done today, got some stuff I need to go do for the pregnant wife, but we got all the posts all cut and coped, and we are ready to start laying some top rail. Hopefully we'll be out here tomorrow to get some of that done. Hope you guys liked the video and some of the information in it. It's nice and cold, just a good day to do some cutting and stuff. Didn't burn myself too bad, but hope you guys liked the video. Remember, check out the tools in the description. There's going to be a whole bunch of them for this time, for this kind of stuff. Okay guys, like I said, closing out the project. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like this content. Please like and subscribe. Like I said, check out the cards and the links in the description. It helps support the channel. I've welded for quite a long time, but I haven't really done this in a business format. I did it on the fun, and I did some projects to make some money on the side, welding and car stuff and swapping engines and things like that. But I really haven't done it as a way to make a living so that I can provide for, my family and my family that's ever growing. So I'm really excited. Just remember, use that string line to lay everything out and learn from your mistakes. I definitely learned a lot from this little tiny fence project. I have learned a lot on laying out and how to set up pipe fence. And so in the future, it's only going to get better. Hey guys, I'm Jesse. This is Hunt Performance. We'll see you next time.